Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another session of the Playhouse. I just need to say this one word. Finally.
Yes.
Finally. Super excited about the conversation that we're going to have. So this is what I always say on CTA, that there's some people here who have been pursuing a degree in them. By that I mean I have been trying to get them to sit here for years.
Yes.
And in front of me is one of those people. Amazing musician who has done exploits within the music and entertainment industry. As a female musician, very few, I can count them on one hand, who have attained what this lady has attained. And I'm not just talking from a perspective of Nairobi, and I'm not just talking from a perspective of Kenya or even East Africa. I'm talking about what she has been able to accomplish Africa-wide. Let me even say this, she's accomplished things which a lot of dudes have not accomplished. And we're going to be hearing her whole journey. One of the pioneers of the Kenya music industry. If you're in the industry right now, you need to give hash to this lady, because you would not be in the position that you are if it was not for her. I can name the awards she won, but this is going to take the whole session. But I cannot leave out the fact that she was the MTV Mama Music Awards for 2009. And we're going to be hearing all about this. Super excited here. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, put your hands together for none other than Amani. Here's how you help me with the sound effects.
Alrighty.
That is my excitement. As you can clearly tell, I am excited about the interview that we're about to have. Actually, I don't even like calling it an interview, because people keep thinking this is an interview. This is a conversation that I'm having with you. So the first question that I love asking on this place is, tell me, when did you fall in love with music?
When did I fall in love with music? I fell in love with music at a very early age. I just could hear music coming from different
teens, pre-teens.
Very early. When I say early, I mean very early, like 6-7 years, as far as I can remember. And I think our memory normally goes till like 5-7 years. I mean 7 years up. So my dad used to love waking up in the morning on Sundays and playing ABBA, playing Bob Marley, and I just, I used to wake up and I used to listen. He had like a whole stash of records, and throughout the morning, that Sunday morning, that's all he's playing. So that's all I used to listen to, and my love for music started growing from there. And what used to happen is whatever I could listen to on Sunday, my mom says I could be humming it throughout the week. So the first time she discovered that I could sing is I was at the back of the house, and I was singing. And my mom was like, volume down, volume down. And I walked in and said, Mommy, it's me. And she was like, what? So that's as far as I can remember. I think it was 6 or 7. And she was like, I need to tell your dad. And when my dad came back in the evening, she was like, Wairimu can sing. And I was like, oh, okay.
Government names?
And that was, government names.
I just had Wairimu.
You've had Wairimu. Government name, Cecilia Wairimu.
Cecilia Wairimu.
Yes.
Okay, a lot of guys may say Cecilia.
A lot, yes. Cecilia came about with time, and actually even my own cousins are called Cecilia, but my mom put on my birth certificate Cecily. So I guess officially that's the name.
How many are you in your family?
We're only 3. I'm the eldest. I'm the first one. I have a younger sister and a brother.
Nice. Where were you born? Upbringing? Were you born in Nairobi? Were you born outside Nairobi?
I was born in Nairobi. We grew up in Harambee Estate. Yeah. And right about, I think when I was 6 or 7 years old, my parents made a decision that they did not want to raise their children in Nairobi. They wanted to raise their children out of Nairobi. Yes. So my dad looked for a job that wasn't too far from Nairobi, just around. Like then, an hour from Nairobi, I think was far. These days, apana, kunafika spayo, lakini tulala kwa hiyo barabara siku zinasikia. So he looked for, a place where he could work like an hour away. My mom, however, actually used to work in Thika. And they were considering either Thika, Kiambu at that point in time, just basically Nairobi, an hour away from Nairobi, because my mom was not for raising her children in
Nairobi.
Yeah, in Nairobi.
Has she ever told you why?
She said that I actually got involved in something that wasn't really good, and it emphasized for her the reason why she doesn't want to raise her children in Nairobi.
Okay, when you were so young.
I was actually very, very young, and my mom said that I got into trouble once or twice. I actually remember that particular, that ile kichapo lichapo your time. Nakumbuka hiyo kichapo.
That one was special. It was classic.
Hiyo ni kichapo jo.
It was epic.
That one was epic till today. I remember it. So my parents decided that they didn't want to raise. That was one of the factors, plus many other factors. And later on, they revealed to me, when I was much older, that they felt that if they stayed in Nairobi, their growth would be stunted, and the environment was just not conducive for raising children. And they wanted us to be in a place where that is idyllic for us to just play, explore, be good kids.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, but
and we're talking
quiet stories. I used to get involved in things. Mna ride bike, mnaenda mnafanya utundu, mnarudi, mnachapwa. Kesho asubuhi mnafanya hivyo hivyo.
I've heard somewhere that your dad was a bishop. Is it that this time?
No.
Oh, that's just a rumor.
That's a rumor.
That's a rumor. That's one of the many rumors that are out there that we're going to demyth today.
It's a lot of mystery. I get it. It's supposed to be fun. But my dad is a hotelier by profession. He's still a hotelier today. He runs his own restaurant. He was a hotelier for close to about 30 years. I've always known him as the hotelier. And he's always worked at hotels in the service industry.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys moved to Thika.
We moved to Thika.
Okay.
And when we moved to Thika, from then it was quite idyllic. I mean, exactly like they wanted, house, we had no neighbors, compounds, bonded me, my sister and my brother, played in the mud. Yeah. And
this we're talking about is early 80s.
We're talking about early 80s.
Okay, so now where do you go to primary school?
I went to a primary school that was very close to home. I think it still has the same name, Moi Academy. It was very yani kavali tu hivi umefika shule as in yes. I think they just crafted the idyllic situation. Home was just a stone thrown away, and very simple kind of lifestyle. Nothing too complicated. I think my parents, in that aspect, really, they worked very hard to make sure that they brought us up in an idyllic setting. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about school at this time.
School was quite interesting. I remember I came from Nairobi, and I used to go to a primary school in Nairobi near Harambee Estate, called Uhuru Garden Primary School. And now I was in this primary school in Thika. And mimi nilikuwa nimezoea kuongea Kiswahili. So mimi naingia hii shule, sijui kwamba hii shule watu they speak English.
Oh, nice.
People had nicknames like Milo, that is Milo. So they predominantly spoke English, and if it wasn't English, it was Swahili. No, it was Kikuyu.
In fact, I was going to say this. I thought you were going to say they spoke Kikuyu.
No, as in if it's not English, it was Kikuyu. So I had a problem fitting in initially, but it was a good school. When I look back, it was a good school because eventually I fit in, and some of the friends I have from primary school, I still have till today.
Oh, whoa. The close ones.
My close friends are friends that I had in primary school. There's one particular one we've been friends since I was 5 years old.
Whoa.
I actually spoke to her yesterday.
That's crazy.
Still my friend till today. So one thing I appreciate about it is that I made lasting friendships. I remember my school teachers. I discovered my love for certain things like poetry when I was in primary school. My English teacher was amazing. Her name was Mrs. Gashushe. And she just made me fall in love with English and poetry and literature. I mean, yes. And yeah, primary school, you could tell I was inclined towards music because I used to get involved in poetry recitations, and I used to do those things, those music festival things till the national level. I used to represent the school till the national level.
Okay, so you're already standing out even within the school.
I was to lenza kitambo. But do we say? So that's where you could tell, that I had
the artsy side, the creative
side. The creative side was really showing up. Sports-wise,
not happening.
I was not a sports person. I used to cringe every time it's PE, but
So, are you singing?
No, I'm not singing.
It's just reciting.
And in primary school, people knew me. I think nobody even could tell that I was even interested like that in music in school. I was basically doing poetry recitation from English to Swahili. That is what I focused on. My Swahili teacher, also very, very good, who, may she rest in peace, who was a friend's mother. She taught me Swahili, same thing. I fell in love with Swahili. I loved Swahili. So I was doing poetry recitation for Swahili, for English, and that was my love. And I used to write poetry.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. Were you writing your own stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
I was writing my own stuff, and even in school, that's what guys know. She does poetry recitation. So that's the only thing that could tell that maybe, perhaps, kuna kitu. Otherwise, when it came to now, singing, nothing. I did stuff in church. My mom, on the other hand.
Okay, so church was already an aspect of your life that was happening on Sundays.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that was now shule kuna poetry recitation, masomo, of course, that's a must, and school holidays and Sunday, of course, we're in church. The church we used to go to is called Memorial Church. Anybody from Thika knows Thika Memorial Church. And yeah, we used to do stuff on Sundays, of course, in a group, never alone. I was always hiding somewhere in groups, and I felt comfortable that way.
Were you extroverted or introverted or just in between?
I was very introverted.
Okay.
Very introverted, even back then. I was always trying to be at the back. And my mom's one used to push me. She's like, it's so-and-so's birthday, a kid's birthday. Sing happy birthday. Lead them in happy birthday song. So she was a cheerleader, and there's a friend of mine called Noel. So we used to sing a lot in church. When my mom got born again, she decided to join Kanisa za Kiroho, as they were called then. And then me and Noel started singing a lot in churches. And to an extent, I even remember that time we went to sing in Nakuru, where young girls, gospel, by the way. But yeah, it was my mom pushing me. She sings, yeah, tuimbie, sing.
Because your mom had you. My mom knew, kuna kitu hapa, kuna ka talent, weka volume down.
Imba, but in school, at least you kuna kwaya nini, najipita uko nani, Church, the same thing. She'll tell me, participate in that thing, but I'll go and just, get lost in the crowd, yeah.
So were you a sharp student? Were you an average student?
I was an average student.
Okay.
Yeah, I passed because I didn't want to be embarrassed. My mission was to remain top 10 in class, which was basically, I used to revolve around number 8, 9, 10, 8, 9, 10. If I really read that time, I'll go to number 7. Make my parents happy. They'll be like, yeah, push it, you can get to top 5. Go back to 8, 9, 10. I just wanted to pass, so there's no wahala from my parents. And of course, I didn't want to be embarrassed. I didn't want to look like I'm a macadam chick like this. Yeah, it was important that
there's some brains to the beauty
that we read. Yes.
Okay, so what about now? You check into the next stage, high school.
Yes.
Where'd you go?
High school, I went to school at Bishop Katimogando Girls. High school was a different experience for me.
Is that also again in Thika?
No, that's in Karatina.
You went to Karatina. You decided to move all up.
How
this? Now it's boarding.
It's boarding, and now it's those things for you select schools and everything. So yeah, I ended up at Bishop Katimogando Girls, and I'm just in this place full of smart chicks. A students. Meanwhile, I know mimi ni mtu wa 8, 9, 10. I was intimidated. I mean, these girls were doing everything perfectly. They woke up every day at 5:30. Their beds were made, they had showered. I'm busy struggling out of bed like, why?
What life is this?
What life is this? You know, I've come from the comfort of home and
being a day scholar.
Being a day scholar and, you know, just that comfort of coming from home and being a day scholar and just doing enough, you know, reading enough to maintain, you know, reasonable grades within that standard. And for the second term, that's what I did. I just read enough. What? Shock on me. Hey, at the top 10, no, not even 50. And I'm like, why, yeah. Uko ni wapi sasa? You know, yeah. I was like, what? And I tried. That was year 1. I tried to go past that 50. I tried. I read. Nothing. Second year, I'm like, man, I must be good at something. I mean, because it's reading. You know, Majo. Astana. Hey. And when I see those girls, I mean, I have to say, I was in a school full of very high performers. And when I say high performers, it's everything. Playing hockey, they're good. Drama, they're good. Singing, they're good. Books, they're good. What else do you want them to do? Outlook, perfect, how they dress and everything, how they speak, they are good. So I was surrounded by high performance girls. And I have to say, yeah, year 1, I was intimidated.
And by the way, the fact that you were going to just a girls' school, did that change anything for you?
It did. You know, I came from mixed school and it was okay to talk about boys, laugh about them and everything. Not because there was anything serious, it was just fun. And I'm in a girls' school and these girls they eat books, they live books. They inhale books, high performance girls. And here I am talking about, this boy sent me a letter, what?
Uko number 50.
Uko number 50 and everything. Hey, boys are sending me letters. You know, they used to read out when you get letters. I don't know whether it's the same. I mean, times have changed, yeah. But those days when you get letters in high school, so they're read out, you know, in the dining hall as you have your dinner or lunch. Mostly lunch, I think, yeah. And me and another chick, Cecilia, you know, Cecilia, what? Is it the same person? You know, is this dude? And I thought it was okay because I came from a primary school where, you know, people had boyfriends, they had girlfriends, you know, it was, you were in a mixed school and it was fine. But I didn't realize that, you know, it was a good high school. I mean, I can't fault it. And I totally understand, you know, because I came from a different, that, you know, these girls are just all about
that book thing is killing me.
As for me, there's a life out there. Yes. Yeah. So okay. Yeah.
So I heard you mention drama. So do you? I'm trying to go back to the arts here. Do you? Because these girls are good. Do you decide to let me just start?
Yes,
my stuff.
I started, I found that music ended up being the place where I could express myself. I felt comfortable. And then I started realizing that this could be my thing. This could be the edge that I have. So even at that age, I was thinking, what is my edge in this world? Because these girls they're on another level, you know? Definitely was not going to be sports because they used to wake up at 5:30 a.m. in the morning. We're at the foot of Mount Kenya to go and play hockey.
The Marinis.
I could barely get out of bed. So my solace was in music. And I found myself a lot in the music room, just playing around in the piano.
Okay, nice. What I was going to ask you, instrument. So you can't play? I can play, but playing to assist music, not at playing at now listen to this composition for this particular instrument. No. Where had you started learning how to play piano?
Piano started off a bit in primary school. My parents were members of, still are members of clubs, and every club that we went to, I looked for a piano. And there was always a grand piano in every club. And I used to play around with it. Nice, nice, nice. So what the teacher used to teach, like music and everything, I used to sort of try and find keys and all that just to assist me in singing. So in high school, now as I was learning music, they had a very good music music school, music department. Like I said, as in, uko vitu tu zilikuwa ilikuwa poa. Yeah, I mean, they could have been a bit better, but you know, most of the time things were good. And yeah, so I found myself in the music room. I found other girls who were also doing music, who were passionate about music, and you know, we just used to go to the music room and just sing. And that's where I started, you know, finding my vent and expressing myself. That, you know, yeah.
Do you feel like you? Hold on, let me see if I can get you some. Okay, Nene, the hot lemon is coming.
I hope so.
Yeah. Do you feel like you stood out amongst your peers now at this time? I heard you say you had a slight edge over the people who are with you. Did they feel that as well? Did you feel that as well? Actually, just hold on. Let me just see. You want something for your throat?
I need some water.
Yeah, okay. Let's just stop there for a sec.